Goals were meant for student success, what would they look like right now?
We would eliminate grades on homework and quizzes. Instead, we would assess students for self-reflection and completion. In fact, this was the topic of my thesis. My thesis was titled The Effect of Self-Reflection on Relative Student Success in Undergraduate Calculus 1. Basically, it gave students the opportunity to opt out of performance-based grading for their homework and quizzes. Instead, they were assessed on attempting every problem and reflecting on their work. The effect was that those students performed better on trend across their tests and exhibited greater growth on the final exam, which was graded by committee. They also shared that they enjoyed the class more as the class went on and would opt to do the same thing with another class. If you're interested in reading my thesis, there's a link to it in my bio. But my study is just one amongst many saying the same thing. They all stem from the hypothesis that there are two mindsets that students operate in. There is a learning mindset and there is a performing mindset. In the performing mindset, students are risk averse and more likely to engage with the material by memorizing it as a series of rules, but a learning mindset is more in parallel to one that they might adopt while playing a video game. They're willing to take risks and engage with the material as if it's their own. This results in students being willing to engage with difficult material in creative ways. And this higher order thinking results in them having more effective study. So the important question then is, why do we have grades? And it's worth pointing out that historically, grades are a relatively new invention. Harvard University is older than the practice of giving letter grades to children. And I know that I'm going to get a lot of people who say that we need grades as a way of motivating students, but the research doesn't support this. Instead, high-performing students are still likely to be high-performing whether there's a letter grade or not, but low-performing students are more likely to engage with the material if they don't fear that they're going to be judged. I also know that other critics are going to say that we need grades as a way of tracking students, but I haven't met a teacher yet who isn't aware of which of their students are low performers. And separating students into regulars and honors classes disadvantages both groups, but severely affects those placed at the regular level. And this is not a problem that seems to be solved with expertise and assessment. Standardized testing like the ACT and SAT are meant to assess for college readiness in students, but these programs have only been correlated with student success at around 18%. The ACT and SAT do a better job at predicting your zip code versus your intelligence. So all of these facts draw me to one conclusion. The true purpose of grades seems to be to exclude people. Given that grades are highly influenced by your socioeconomic status and your ability to afford a tutor, not to mention your health, it really makes one wonder who we're trying to exclude. But I don't know. Do you think I missed something? Let me know in the comments. And if you like talking about teaching, follow along.